As you saw in the last episode, I removed my 4-cylinder engine with little damage.
So today I have the guys from Triple M Drifting here, because they brought me a nice present, namely a new engine block. Guys, thank you so much, guys.
Matthew also has a problem. The engine block of his 335 is broken.
Actually, we should start a GoFundMe from our side to support this guy with his 335.
Because we were at Lelystad. No, where was it? Where were you walking?
The engine broke there, right?
Because we were racing so hard with our cars there, his engine broke down too. And mine overheated that day. We had to replace the thermostat and more, but his engine still hasn't been replaced. Now he brings us a new engine. That's real love, man. That's real respect. He should have just swapped this one into his new BMW.
No, that's not possible. He's not going to downgrade.
Because you have twin turbo in it, right? 335 and 54 are twin turbo, and N55 is single.
Yeah, we need to fix something for him. If we all just massively do super tanks for this episode, all the proceeds will just go to him that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea since we can see exactly how many super tanks were in this episode.
And then we can transfer that to the guest from Triple M Drifting, and then we won't have any awkward faces. You can see the notes, what's been transferred. Yeah, fine, but still. Maybe only part will be delivered, but it works with our body kit, so I trust you all.
Look, he supports us, Triple M Drifting supports us, we're trying to support him, so if you want to make a small donation, please do it via the Super Tanks button below the video.
We're starting the 6-cylinder install now, guys, since we're moving forward. Matthew, help me out.
What kind of engine did you bring? Yeah.
An M45B22.
Guys, don't start laughing right away behind your computer or phone, wherever you're sitting. What we have now is a huge improvement, right? Definitely. Because we had him chipped. We began with 140 horsepower, then increased to 148 horsepower, even with 300,000 miles on the odometer. It was fine, right? Yeah, it was fine. At Lelystad, that's fine, right? Wet track works perfectly. Until you get to Tourist Trophy Assen.
Then it's a bit less.
So it's a bit less. That was the fatal one, right? It was so tough for that bike. Unbelievable.
You were just going full throttle, and the power just kept getting less and less. Yeah, the hotter the engine gets, the less power you have. It was just full throttle all the time.
And that clutch kick, and eventually, yeah, until those bearings.
Well, exactly. You sleep through everything. And now we're going. How much horsepower do we have now?
Standard, it runs at 170 horsepower.
170 horsepower, so it can get a custom chip, which could add about 10% more.
Yeah, maybe
5 to 10%. So you have 180 horsepower at the crankshaft, not at the wheels. It's always measured at the crankshaft. That's a huge improvement, and we're making progress with torque. Matthew, we're so grateful. Everyone, please support him by clicking super thanks.
And now I think we're going to get started with unloading.
Because you guys lifted it by hand, right, guys? You really are bosses, honestly. Well, Don, put your gloves on. I'm just going to take this one. Do you have a motor hoist like that? No, they've got the guns, you know? Well, Matthew, show me what power is. This is power, guys.
They say it, but you don't need this anymore, Matthew. Seriously, no, but you use an error correction code. 40 now too, right?
Yeah, that's right. You could keep this as a spare engine.
good. Yeah.
But no, he's just supporting the boys for a bit. The crazy thing is that this gearbox could also just be from a 4-cylinder. Did you ever think that? A 4-cylinder gearbox on a 6-cylinder. Isn't that sick? BMW considered it, but only once.
Yeah, just once. Yeah, it's allowed.
Just once?
Well, it would be a bit different, right? I think. No. Shorter and longer ones. Look, those drift guys, they only talk about the diff ratio, but not...
Drive shafts are different.
Yeah, they're a bit thinner, I think. Well...
No, I mean in terms of length because it's compact too.
Oh!
But for the rest, everything is the same.
Yes, the drive shafts. I mean, yes, the drive axles. Those are the half shafts. Yes, that...
Or just...
I think those are thinner on the 4-cylinder than the 6. Not from the IS. The IS is more of the sport version.
These are almost... I think these are just the same. He has to...
Grab it for a moment. Look, we've been off the track a few times.
I just did indeed.
Did I see you do that? Yes, this is the right rear. But how is that possible? You didn't hit anything, right? No, but if you grab some gravel now and then, or if you're just here at... Wow, this guy is a duckling. They're coming from the south, right? He's just grabbing those pallets. Hold on a second. Hey guys, please be careful with my new bike.
Look here for a second. Hey, this isn't just a little block. It's a 6-cylinder, you know? We're gonna see what kind of bikes are coming. Put a slush in it. No, he just cleaned this before he arrived. We're going to use cleaners on it. Awesome, guys. The 170 horsepower beast. How many miles? About 180, 185. Just broken in. With BMW, that's when life really starts, right?
Custom chip and go, 200,000, 300,000, and now it's just getting started.
Yeah, at 400,000, they run even better. But you have to mention there's only 185 on it. I noticed some things are missing. Did you get the oil cap? This also needs a sports air filter. I have one. Great, guys. The wiring harness is untouched, never cut into. It's basically like new.
You guys heard how my engine sounded, right?
Soon this one will go in. That 6-cylinder rumble. I told you, this is going to be insane. Triple M Drift will install it.
So we're just going there now. We don't have to do anything. No, but seriously, with you. The front needs to come off, right? Since it's a much bigger block.
It's easier to attach the clutch and gearbox to the engine first, then lower everything in together.
Yeah, I just had one problem. I couldn't get my cooling. The cooling lines from my power steering wouldn't come loose. They're of course also attached to your front.
So yeah, those two lines, yeah, they come off really easily. Sometimes you just need some professionals. So then, Dan, what time are they coming? No.
Yeah, guys, we really need to put the best water pump on it. Cooling is very important. Yeah, it's important, for sure. Yeah, no, then we'll just put the new one on.
Sure. You do everything on the ground since we don't have a lift. Start all the way to the right, then go to the left.
Yes, yeah, that saves a lot of time, right? A lift like that. Yeah, it's fantastic. I used to have one too. Yeah, it's a small investment, but in the end, it saves your back. Yeah, definitely. So you don't have to keep crawling on the ground all the time. They don't cool like that anymore. Because look, we see those blocks coming out of that van. That's true. Which back, they think?
Tam tada tam, what a space. Is this familiar? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, guys, to our surprise, and actually to Matthew's surprise too, we're missing quite a lot of parts. There's a reason for that. Unfortunately, he didn't know either. But one advantage is that Wicked Cars, just around the corner, has everything we need. So we're going to stop by to pick up those parts and then continue working on the project.
Because theoretically, it could be swapped and started today if everything goes well.
We're heading to Wicked Cars now to get the parts we're missing. Turns out, switching from a 4-cylinder to a 6-cylinder requires many modifications which we honestly didn't know.
So let's quickly pick up those parts and then we can continue building.
Let's go, Macha. You're not already eyeing what you can take from these nice cars, are you?
Yeah, I'm looking at those wheels. I think they're from a 5 Series, right?
No, 139. That's 190 wheels. 139. Wow, there are so many cars here.
Look here, hop compact right away. Another compact, haha. Listen, get the compact. I'm sure we'll succeed. Absolutely, no other way. Yes, guys, you know, at Drift Arcade, I went along with Frank. This is, of course, his beast with a mega fat Chevrolet engine in it. I still remember sweating a lot. Not just from driving, but mostly because of the cooling system. That went under my seat, and I remember that very well. I was so scared of the car. This thing is his beast, guys. We've ended up in BMW heaven. Eyes were watching. Ezis and Vertic. Frank, do you still have a card up?
Yeah, don't look. How many know you don't know?
The stacking method for eyes torn, yes, eyes torn. Frank, I actually also need an oil cap. Yes, from the oil filter from the oil filter housing. Yes, so what actually goes on here?
Yes, that's missing. It's this one.
Haha, yes, I need that one. And actually a new filter too. Do you have that as well? Yes, I already have that too. Wow, look. It even has slicks, but we can't go far with those. We're not doing that. So, Frank, what body do you have up there? Is that one crashed? Is it a crashed body, or is it for building up spare body for this one? Oh, really? Yes, and hopefully I'll never need it. That's it. Yeah, actually, I hope I won't need it. Well, I wouldn't let Matthew do it anymore today. I can't deliver playing, but I can do the tinkering. Is that ours too, this? Yes. Is all of that ours too? Yes, not all of it, though. An SU. This one has no chip left, so it's fine. That one's mine, from a rental. Oh, really? Tested SU, great. So how happy will you be? Very happy. Great. That's not how it's supposed to be. If they tell you not to film, that's when you should, since it means good content. But he stayed intact, which matters. We need that one too, because it's not there either. Frank, what happened to your girlfriend's beautiful car? Door broken by Zeal. Yeah, can you show me what it looks like? He's definitely upset about it, but oh yeah, I see it now.
Hopefully that won't happen to us anytime soon.
But by the way, my 4-cylinder gearbox will fit on that M54, right? If it's a 10-spline, that's related to the clutch plate, right? Check it out. We tried the clutch plate, and it fits the other gearbox too. That's what you mean. What is the spline count? Oops. Laughter. Better just buy a complete swap next time, from what I hear, yeah. Or a little car, and then come here, right? Come here, yeah. How many times have you done an engine swap like that from a 4 to a 6? Hundreds of times. And when was the last time?
Yesterday? How long?
One work day. And we spend the day gathering those parts. Thank you, Matthew. Laughter. And the next one is already done, right? Is that one too? Yeah, sick. Is it that noticeable switching from a 4-cylinder to a 6-cylinder? It's just going from 140 to 170 horsepower. You're taking a 2.3 engine, but those aren't from Matthew. We're using a 2.5 with 192 horsepower or a 3-3-0. Just add it up. Laughter. Then it gets interesting. But try buying a compact with a 2.5. It's unaffordable. You end up swapping engines quickly. A 4-cylinder is usually less abused than a 6-cylinder manual. This one also sweats a bit. Yeah, the old engine. Yeah. Alright, well, I think we're going to pack up our stuff quickly. Frank, we still need to talk about the stickers on the car. Desk count, 2x2, 2x2, laughter. Yeah, I'm just checking. We're going to install them in the meters, right? Maybe it's better if you discuss it with Frank. That's a better option. We're going to load up the stuff now, take it with us, and then we'll stop by these guys to assemble the engine. So you're putting it on now? Yes, finally starting. We'll make sure it's running by day's end. That's the plan. You never know. Are we going to miss something again? If so, we'll just come back. It'll be fine. Alright, guys. The parts are ready to be assembled by Chef Matthew. There he is, the chef. Laughter only eating. Laughter, alright. The spare tree, now replaced with an improved version, is being removed. So that means we can literally just cut this off. Well, we have to take it off like this. And then put everything on the flywheel. Oil pan, oil filter in, and then turn the key. Do I have to do everything here by myself? He's gonna eat, he's taking off, I'm not gonna react to it. Laughter. Well guys, as you can see, well maybe not much has changed for you on screen, but for us it definitely has. We've put on a new battery, connected everything. Now it's time to swap out the oil pan. You can't see yet why it's broken and where it's broken, but we do have a new one, and we're going to put it on now. And yeah, then we can put the flywheel on and we'll do the gearbox later, because we got a really good tip from Frank. Previously, we removed the entire 4-cylinder engine at once. Now we'll take it out in 2 parts. So first the engine goes in, and then the gearbox gets attached. To remove that shield from the front again, so first they're behind it there. And we put everything on first, so the plan's changed. Look, well, here it's broken.
Where? Is it leaking? Usually, right? Yeah, usually it does, yeah. Very nice little crack.
Yeah, oh yeah, we need that drain plug and the sensor too. Yeah, is that the oil level sensor? Yeah, oil level sensor indeed. Oh, we're going to make this as clean as possible now. Actually, it should look like that, but I think the chances are slim that it's going to look like that. But we're going to do our best to clean it as well as possible. Here's the before, the after, and the promised after. You can barely see any difference now, maybe just a bit. This is how it turned out, no matter how dirty it was. It got pretty clean with a bit of diesel and a small brush. We're now going to reinstall the oil pan under the engine. This actually looks pretty good for its age, if I do say so myself. This is really bizarre. I never thought that parts from a 4-cylinder would fit on a 6-cylinder. There's a lot in common between a 4 and a 6. Here we are again, deciding which one looks better, or rather, which flywheel is in better condition. Look, yeah, this is the back, right? John, this is the back. For sure, we can take a look at everything, right? Are those connected? Are those together? Yeah, oh, you put that away nicely. Yeah, I just want to see what your plates look like. Ultimately, it's a budget setup, so you want to assemble it as cheaply and well as you can. So now we're going to see which 2 connections look better. And then, yeah, hopefully we won't have any clutch slip at the end. Clutch slip, yeah, the wheels, yeah, look. This one looks better, this one looks better. You're making a whole track, right? I did. How far off are we now, Matthew, really? How many clutch kicks has it had? If I look at it like this, I don't think much about it. Honestly, I think it looks better than me. There are still notches on it. They're just there. Oh, maybe just sand this down a little? No, it doesn't even have to. No, we'll leave it as is. I think it honestly looks better for you. Yeah, but if this was ever a good working set, maybe we should get the whole thing. Yeah, that's true, right? Definitely. Oh, there's a lot more weight at the front. Okay, that's not too bad, I think.
Yeah, right? That's going great. Always replace the seal. Nice.
Should I tap it? Yeah, I'll do that.
Guys, finally, we actually wanted to start this day just like we are now, as a complete engine. But yeah, sometimes things don't go as planned. The engine is assembled, it can basically go into the car,
But I have a question for Matthew. Are the engine mounts the same? Because I did replace them recently. You can even see them still shining. Oh, they're still shining? Are they the same, Matthew? Or they're the same? It fits. Yes, I brought you something nice. Don't believe me? Another present as compensation for the rest of the stuff, because these are special engine mounts. Yeah, those just have polyurethane rubbers in them. That's just top quality, really great. They also look a bit stronger than mine, honestly. Yeah, definitely. But look, you see, if you have the 4-cylinder, of course, you have fewer vibrations than a 6-cylinder, right? So this has to be a bit stronger too, in my opinion. But officially not, because it fits weirdly again. It's just good. This is better. This is better. Can I see the difference? Yeah, clearly. Yeah, I can't get used to it either, man, I swear. Yeah, it's a bit firmer, but that does mean I feel the vibrations in the car. Yeah, more, yeah, but you still have all the bushings in your gearbox. So it does spread out a bit, it does, yeah, but in the end you actually want to feel as much as possible in your car, right? Because if something's missing, you'll notice it right away. Yeah, I always recommend just doing the gearbox and actually all the suspension in your bushings. Yeah, well, if you come by again with all those bushings, then we'll do it.
I don't have it myself either.
Well, guys, exciting, it's gonna fit. Well, no, actually, no. But anyway, also brought the wrong oil filter. As if it just wasn't meant to be today, that the thing just wouldn't start. Just no. But it will fit, so yeah, that's what it looks like, yeah. So we swapped it today, right? Yeah, we swapped it. Oh, guys, just check out how this looks. Instant race look, guys, race parts inside. I can't wait to start this thing. So to get the engine to fit in the car, we had to go back and forth a few times. Because the engine needed to be at a certain angle to get it in properly. The oil pan had to go over the steering rack, so it was quite a job. We even had to remove the cooling fan.
Otherwise, it couldn't be angled correctly to be placed in the car.
After the oil pan cleared the steering rack, the engine pretty much dropped right into place. But unfortunately, Matthew had mounted the engine mount on the right side incorrectly. So we had to lift the engine out a bit again to mount that engine mount correctly. Once mounted correctly, we placed the engine in position. It was done. Did you enjoy this episode? Don't forget to subscribe and like. See you in the next episode, where we hope to start this car. See you soon, ciao.